Hi, this is Saad Shah of MetricX, and in this screencast I'm going to show you how to push data from an Excel table to a SQL Server database table. This is going to be a somewhat technical presentation so that you can get a feel for the technical architecture of XLhub. So here we are in Excel, and we have some information organized in a tabular manner. Here is SQL Server. And if you look at this database, XLhub01, there are no user tables at this point. What we are going to do is get this data into SQL Server using XLhub. So right now we're on the XLhub ribbon, and you can see that there are no other hubs created at this point. So let's get started. I'm going to first define a table within Excel. And I'm just using this Excel functionality here, and I'm going to call this my manufacturing forecast. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is start XLhub, go to Workbook Management, and say Create New Hub. XLhub is going to ask me to specify some information about the hub that I'm creating, and I'm going to call this the manufacturing forecast. I am the owner, and this hub connects the manufacturing forecast to SQL Server. Okay, so now XLhub is asking me how I want to connect to the database, and I am going to not use Windows credentials for this demo, and I'm going to specify the server. So here I am setting up the database connection, and now the XLhub wizard is analyzing my data set and determining what are the data types. So it is presenting me here a recommended list of settings for the data types. So it's identified some columns as text and some as integers. I can now override these values. So for example, my text fields, I want to make them all 25. I'm okay with the integer of 3, and for comments I'll make this a 50. Modified by, I'm going to make this a 25, and modified on shouldn't be an integer, it'll be a date time. Okay, so now that I've set this up, I'm going to hit OK, and XLhub is now going to create the database and also create some additional metadata and stored procedures behind the scene. So I'm accepting OK, and I am going to close Excel, and I'll save my changes. Now if we look at Management Studio, what you will see is that in this database we do have one table created. I'm going to do a refresh. And we have these tables created here for the manufacturing forecast hub that I just created using XLhub. In addition to this table, there are some stored procedures as well as some other code that's been generated. Okay, so I'm going to start Excel again. And if I go to the menu here, I'll see now that we have another new hub that's been created. In fact, I'm going to open up that same file. And now this has gone live. So up to now in Management Studio, there is no data in these tables because I have not pushed any data. All that's happened is that the table has been created. And these are the same columns that are in the Excel spreadsheet. So what now I can do is push the data to the database. So now that I have my hub created here, I can hit save. What XLhub is going to ask me to do is just put a description of this version, and I'm going to say this is the first version saved after creating the menu. I'll hit OK. So now the data has been saved in the database, and I can go actually in here and we can, and there is the data. Okay. What you'll notice is that it kept the values, and for the columns that had formulas, it saved the formula as well as the actual value as well. So now I'm back in the Excel. I can make more changes. For example, if my forecast has now changed and these numbers have gone to 150, 150. In fact, let's just make all of Q2 equal to 150 just so that we can recreate this for the Shanghai factory for this widget. I can save this data again. Raised. So now this data has also been saved in XLhub. If I want now to actually see what the previous previously saved version was, all I have to do is go to retrieve, and I can pick from the different versions that have been saved. So if, for example, if I wanted to bring back the earlier version, I can simply select that, pull it in here, and you can see that these are the numbers associated with the previous version. I can bring back the latest version if I want. Simply pull it in, and it's right here. So this gives you an idea of XLhub. Thank you for watching the screencast.